Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayanti. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavat sevaya. Bhagavatir uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistike. Krishnaya vasudevaya devaki nandanaya cha Nandagopa kumaraya govindaya namo. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam katha Krishna punya shravanam kirtanam hridayantascha hi avadrani vidunoti shrutam. Om ajnanatimirandasya jnananjana salakaya chakkhurunmilitam jena tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sapadam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shruta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Tavadutam Parijana Saitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Sakaratam. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinamandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusute Deve Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpataruvesya Kripa Sindhuve Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gauranga. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityananda. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirbhisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarane Mukhaṁ Karoti Vachalam Pangulam Gayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatayana Paramatma. Hare Krishna. Can I see the words? बहुत ही सुंदर वर्ष है ये. तदंते तद अहंते अभितास्यामि महापौरुषिको भवान् यस्य श्रद्धा दतामासु स्यान्मुकुन्दे मति सति. तदंते अभिधास्यामि महापौरुषिको भवान् यस्य श्रद्धा दतामासु स्यान्मुकुन्दे मति सति. तदंते अभिधास्यामि महापौरुषिको भवान् यस्य श्रद्धा दतामासु स्यान्मुकुन्दे मति सति. Should I read it in English or Hindi, whichever language you prefer?
Mostly devote Prabhuji. So up to mix also.
If I read it in English, then there is no problem. No? Everyone can understand.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, very nice. Tad, that, aham, I, te, unto you, abhidasyami, shall recite, Mahapaurushika, the most sincere devotee of the Lord Krishna, Bhavan, your good self, Yasya, of which, Sradhadata, of one who gives full respect and attention, Asu, very soon, Syar. To so becomes Mukunde unto the Lord, who awards salvation. Mati, faith. Sati, unflinching. Mati, sati, unflinching faith. Sati means unflinching. Mati means faith. That very Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam I shall recite before you because you are the most sincere devotee of the Lord Krishna, One who gives full attention and respect to hearing Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam achieves unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord, the giver of salvation. Purport. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is recognized Vedic wisdom, and the system of receiving Vedic knowledge is called Abharahu Pantha, or the process of receiving transcendental knowledge through bona fide discipline successor. For advancement of material knowledge, there is a need for personal ability and researching aptitude. But in the case of spiritual knowledge, all progress depends more or less on the mercy of spiritual master. So we should be very careful while reading this purport. This is very, like Prabhupada has given everything in it, everything in it. So we should be very careful while reading. For advancement of the material knowledge, there is a need of personal ability and researching aptitude. But in the case of spiritual knowledge, all progress depends more or less on the mercy of spiritual master. The spiritual master must be satisfied with the disciple. Only then is knowledge automatically manifest before the student or spiritual science. Before the student of spiritual science, the process should not, however, be misunderstood to be something like magical feats, whereby the spiritual master acts like a magician and injects spiritual knowledge into his disciple, as if surcharging him with an electrical current. The bona fide spiritual master reasonably explains everything to the disciple on the authorities of Vedic wisdom. The disciple can receive such teaching not exactly intellectually, but by submissive inquiries and service attitude. The idea is that both the spiritual master and the disciple must be bona fide. In this case, the spiritual master Sukadeva Goswami is ready to decide exactly what he was learned from his great father Srila Vyasdev, and the disciple Maharaj Parikshit is a great devotee of the Lord Krishna. A devotee of Lord Krishna is he who believes sincerely that by becoming a devotee of the Lord, one becomes fully equipped with everything spiritual. This teaching is imparted by Lord himself in the pages of Bhagavad Gita, in which it is clearly described that the Lord Shri Krishna is everything, and that to surrender unto him solely and wholly makes one the most perfectly pious man. This unflinching faith in Lord Krishna prepares one to become a student of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, and one who hears Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam from a devotee like Sukadeva Goswami is sure to attain salvation at the end, as Maharaj Parikshit did. The professional reciter of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and the pseudo devotees whose faith is based on the weak hearing are different from Sukadeva Goswami and Maharaj Parikshit. Srila Vyasadeva explained Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam unto Sukadeva Goswami from the very beginning of the Janmadhyasya verse, and so Sukadeva Goswami also explains it to the king. Lord Krishna is described as the Mahapurusha in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 11, in his devotional feature as Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Lord Krishna himself in his devotional attitude, descended to the earth to bestow special favors upon the fallen souls in this age of Kali. There are two verses practically suitable to offer as prayers to this Mahapurusha feature of the Lord Krishna. Deyam sada paribhavagram avishtadoham tirthapadam siva virinchi nautam saranyam vrityartiham pranatapala bhavabdi pavatam Vande Mahapurushate Charanarvindam Takta Sudustyaja Asurespitas Raj Lakshmim Dharmishtarya Vachasa Yadagada Aranyam Mayamrigam Daitaye Spitam Annodhabat Vande Mahapurushate Charanarvindam. In other words, Purusha means the enjoyer, and Mahapurusha means the supreme enjoyer on the supreme personality of Godhead Krishna, one who deserves to appraise the supreme Lord. Sri Krishna is called Mahapurusha. Anyone who hears Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam attentively uh, from its bona fide reciter is sure to become a sincere devotee of the Lord, who is able to award liberation. There was none so attentive as Maharaj Parikshit in the matter of hearing Śrīmad Bhagavatam, and there was none so qualified as Sukadeva Goswami to recite the text of Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Therefore, anyone who follows in the footsteps of either the ideal reciter or ideal hearer, Sukadeva Goswami and Maharaj Parikshit respectively, will undoubtedly attain salvation like them. Maharaj Parikshit attained salvation by hearing only, and Sukadeva Goswami attained salvation only by reciting. Recitation and hearing are two processes out of 9 devotional activities, and by strenuously following the principle either in all or by parts, one can attain the absolute plane. So, the complete text of Śrīmad Bhagavatam being with the Janmadhyasya verse up to the last one in the 12th canto was spoken by Sukadeva Goswami for the attainment of salvation by Maharaj Parikshit. In the Padma Purana, it is mentioned that Gautama Muni advised Maharaj Parikshit to hear regularly Śrīmad Bhagavatam as it was recited by Sukadeva Goswami, and herein it is confirmed that Maharaj Parikshit heard Śrīmad Bhagavatam from the very beginning to the end, as it was spoken by Sukadeva Goswami. One who is actually interested in the Bhagavatam, therefore, must not play with it by reading or hearing a portion from here and a portion from there. One must follow in the footsteps of great greats like Maharaj Ambarish and Maharaj Parikshit and hear it from a bona fide representative of Sukadeva Goswami. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल. Can I see it again? From the beginning only. Purport and translation. That very Śrīmad Bhāgavatam I shall recite before you, because you are the most sincere devotee of the Lord Krishna, one who gives full attention and respect to hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, achieves unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord. So, here, like Sukadeva Goswami is mentioning what is the result, what someone gets after hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. What is the result? What he gets, if someone is sincere, and he here in the purport, what Prabhupada is mentioning, I reckon, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is recognized Vedic wisdom, and the system of receiving Vedic knowledge is called Avaroha Pantha. Aroha Pantha and Avaroha Pantha. What does it mean? Ascending process and descending process. We are coming under descending process. We are not coming under ascending process. We can't ascend up to the lotus feet of the Lord. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must carefully guard against these 11 offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success of life, which is Krishna Prem. So we won't be able to achieve that Krishna Prem by ascending. If that knowledge will come to us through descending process, then we can achieve that. It is not possible for us or anyone. Very rare souls like Mirabai, very rare souls, without coming under any disciplic succession, they could achieve. It was lots of like mercy. But this is where ascending process is not applicable. That's why Lord himself has given to 4 descending processes. 4 descending process, 4 disciplic succession, bona fide disciplic succession Lord has given. What are those? What are those? 4 disciplic successions are Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, Kumar Sampradaya, and Rudra Sampradaya. So, accordingly, for spiritual masters, those who like taking this knowledge forward, so this is Abharahu Pantha. We won't be able to achieve the Lord's lotus feet by following Aroha Pantha. Aroha means ascending. We won't be able to do that. Aroha Pantha means mostly what we'll do, mental speculation. What Prabhupada used to tell? Prabhupada used to tell one thing, that philosophy without religion, religion without philosophy is mental speculation. And what else? He told that religion without philosophy is mental speculation, and philosophy without religion is emotional,
Sentimental.
Sentimentalism, right? So we should not be sentimental, or we should not be mental speculators. So this philosophy is for what? Is for not for information, is for transformation. This philosophy is being given by our like disciplic succession, our bona fide spiritual masters only to for transformation. It is not for information. So here Prabhupada is also mentioning for advancement of material knowledge, there is a need of personal ability and the research aptitude. But in the case of spiritual master, all progress depends more or less on the mercy of spiritual master. Mercy of spiritual master. Without that, so what the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Tadviddhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. Tadviddhi pranipata. First is pranipata. Pranipata means surrender. Pranipata, praniprasna sevaya. Praniprasna means inquiry. Or sevaya means to serve, to service. Tadviddhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. Upadekshanti te jnana. Then he will impart knowledge on you, because he has seen the truth. Their self-realized soul. They have descended only because of us. It is not that they have some other work. They have descended only because of us. But just a second, I must read something from Chaitanya Charitamrita, so that you would come to know that what is the position of a guru. Who is a guru? What is the position of a guru? Whether we should neglect him, and how many types of gurus are there? Chaitanya Charitamrita says there are 2 types of gurus are there. One is Diksha Guru and one is Shiksha Guru. Yaddapi amar Guru Chaitanya Radas tathapi janiyami tahara prakas Guru Krishna Rupahana Shastrera Pramane Guru Rupe Krishna Kripa Karena Bhaktagane. Yadyapi Amar Guru Chaitanya Das. What is Guru's position? Guru's position is servant. That Guru will recommend himself as a servant. But Tathapi Janiya Ami Tahar Prakash. What we should know, how we would respect our Guru and what is his position. We should not be like in a dilemma, or we should not. Tathapi Janiya Ami Tahar Prakash. He is one of the manifestation of the Lord only. Tahara Prakash means Lord. Tahara Prakash, he is manifestation of the Lord. So a disciple should respect his spiritual master as he is respecting the Lord himself. He shouldn't neglect. Guru Krishna Rupa Hana Shastrera Praman Guru Rupe Krishna Kripa Karena Bhaktagan. Guru Krishna Rupa Hana Shastrera Praman. Shastra means Bhagavatam also. Acharya Mam. Krishna says in Uddhava, he is saying that Acharya means I'm none other than the Acharyas. I descend myself as Acharyas also. So Guru, a disciple should respect his Guru as he is the Lord himself. Guru Krishna Rupa Hana Shastra Praman. Guru Rupe Krishna Kripa Karana Bhaktagan. So Krishna is bestowing his mercy as Guru. None other than Guru. Krishna doesn't come himself every time to bestow his mercy upon the fallen or rotten souls. Krishna, that's why he descended himself as a form of a Guru. Guru Rupe Krishna Kripa Karane Bhaktagan. Shiksha Guru ta jani Krishna ra Swarupa. And then Gurus are two types, Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru. This is what mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. What he is saying? Shiksha Guru ta jani Krishna ra Swarupa Antaryami Bhakta Shrestha yehi dui rupa. Diksha Guru, who is giving us mantra, Diksha, the name and mantra, and he initiates us. What is the position of a Shiksha Guru? Shiksha Guru is again of two types. Shiksha Guru is Jani Krishna Swarup. He is also like Antaryami. Antaryami is also Shiksha Guru. That's why we say, what we say, Paramatma Chaitanya. Antaryami, who is residing in our heart, he is also a teacher. He is also a teacher. He is a Shiksha Guru and Bhakta Shrestha. One elevated soul. He is also a Shiksha Guru. Shiksha Guru, Gurus of two types, Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru. Shiksha Guru again of two types, Antaryami and Bhakta Shrestha. So what he does, how we should, like, what is our mood when we are approaching Guru? We should respect our Guru as the Lord, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The way we are respecting the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Lord himself, Krishna himself, in that very mood, we should approach our Guru also. Prabhuji, please show that purport, na? Because today I will be like referring from the purport only. The purport is very beautiful purport. What Prabhupada is given, like in this purport, Prabhupada has given everything. So I want to see that purport only. Prabhupada has given everything in that purport. Without referring from the purport, I can't elaborate on it. So for elaboration on this, the spiritual master must be satisfied with the disciple. Only then his knowledge automatically manifests before the student of spiritual science. Otherwise, it is very difficult. Otherwise, The spiritual master must be satisfied with the disciple. Only then is knowledge automatically manifest before the student of spiritual science. Spiritual science is something, it is like research aptitude or personal ability is not required. So that's why spiritual master's mercy is only required. Only required thing is spiritual master's mercy. What Shastra, what Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Tate Krishna Raje Kare Guru Ra Sevan, Maya Jal Chute Pave, Krishna Ra Charan. Tata Krishna Bhaje. When we are like doing bhajan of Krishna and we are serving the Lord, Tate Krishna Bhaje Kare Guru Ra Sevan. We are serving the spiritual master. Krishna also says in the Bhagavad Gita, what we should surrender, we should pranipata, pariprashna, then we should inquire and we should render service. And Chaitanya Charitamrita also says in that. Initially, we won't be able to achieve anything. Like Ekalavya, he wanted to take that knowledge, but he was not serving the spiritual master. It was whimsical. Whimsically, we won't be able to achieve anything in spiritual path. Material path, we may achieve, but in spiritual path, it is. But also in material also, but like nowadays in computer, everything is mentioned. Everything is there. In internet, you can get the medical. In internet, you can get the medical books, all the medical books. But by reading the medical book from internet, whether anyone can become a doctor? No, not at all. He'll have to go to an university and like now study from a spiritual master. He should render some service to the spiritual master, attend classes. After that only the university and attend examination also. After that only university would provide him a certificate. After that certificate, after getting that certificate only, he would be able to prescribe something. Otherwise, like that, spiritual master is needed everywhere. In material world, in spiritual world also. Spiritual world, it is more like we should surrender unto the spiritual master. We should inquire from him submissively. That should be the mood, should be submissive. No aggression is mentioned anyway. The process should not, however, be misunderstood to be something like magical feats, whereby the spiritual master acts like a magician and injects spiritual knowledge unto his disciples. It is not magic. It is not like a shortcut process. The disciple should undergo such process. We approach a spiritual master and you could think that from Shraddha, because from Komal Shraddha, directly we'll move to Krishna Prem. It is not possible. Nowhere it is mentioned in the Shastras. See, you might have heard the story of Upamanyu. What Upamanyu was doing? His spiritual master asked Upamanyu, you are becoming fat. What do? You go to the jungle. You take these cows and you go to the jungle and just feed those cows and let the cows graze, and then you come back. So Upamanyu, what? Because he was so hungry, what he used to do? He used to milk those cows and feed himself. Guru asked him, don't take anything, only eat once in a day. Upamanyu was, though Upamanyu could not abide by the spiritual master's instruction, but this Upamanyu was not hiding anything. He was not lying before his spiritual master. So Upamanyu, then spiritual master asked, you are not eating anything, but how come you are becoming fat again? So Upamanyu revealed everything before the spiritual master that because when I'm hungry, what I'm eating the cow and I'm drinking that milk only. Then Guru said, no, you shouldn't do that. No, sorry. First, Guru said you should go on begging, and whatever like less amount comes, you should eat. Then by begging, he ate so much, like he became fat. Then Guru asked him to take these cows for grazing. And then he milked those cows and drank those milk. Again, he became fat. Then Guru asked, don't eat, don't drink milk also. So what he did, he used to um, eat fruits in the jungle. Then one day he ate some poisonous fruit. He didn't know, so he ate some poisonous fruit by which he became blind. And while coming from the jungle, he like get inside one what we call it a ditch. So Guru, he didn't turn out in the evening also, Upamanyu. Then Guru came. Guru asked Upamanyu, where you are? Then he said, Guru, because he was not hiding anything from the spiritual master. He was very honest. We should be honest. We should not be hiding anything, or we should not be lying anything. We should not keep any secret before our spiritual master. We should reveal our heart. We should be naked before our spiritual master. So then spiritual master said, where you are? How come you are inside that? So Upamanyu said, Gurudev, I ate some poisonous food because I was so hungry. My appetite is so, I'm such a voracious eater. My appetite is so much. I couldn't stop my appetite, my hunger. So I ate some poisonous fruit. So that's why I'm blind now. So Guru, with his blessing, he gave him spiritual eyes. He gave that benediction. Guru gave that benediction by which Upamanyu could come out of that well, the dark well. He got inside of that dark well. So this is what, if we are surrendering our Guru, we are not keeping anything secret from our Guru. If we are like very straightforward, very honest, very truthful before our Guru, then Guru will bestow everything. The bona fide spiritual master reasonably explains everything to the disciple on the authorities of Vedic wisdom. The disciple can receive such teachings not exactly intellectually, but by submissive inquiries and service attitude. Submissive, this is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnimase. Submissive inquiry and service attitude. Whatever Guru told to Upamanyu did that. Though only he was like he couldn't control his hunger, but he did everything what his Guru asked him to do. The idea is that both the spiritual master and the disciple must be bona fide. These four sampradayas are there, four disciplic successions are there. Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, where Acharya is Madhvacharya. Sri Sampradaya, where Ramanujacharya is the Acharya. And Vishnu Swami and Nimbarkacharya. Vishnu Swami is for is the Acharya of Vishnu Swami is the Acharya of Rudra Sampradaya, or sorry, Nimbarka Acharya is for Rudra Sampradaya, and Vishnu Swami is for is the Acharya of other one is Sri Sampradaya, Madhva Sampradaya, and Kumar Sampradaya. Okay, Kumar Sampradaya. So in this case, the spiritual master Sukadeva Goswami is ready to recite exactly what he has learned from his great father Srila Vyasdev. Exactly. Once in a lecture, Prabhupada asked, who is a spiritual master? Who is a bona fide spiritual master? Then all of his disciples raised their hands. So some said that who is a sannyasi, who was taken sannyas, and he comes in under a disciplic succession. Prabhupada said no. Then 50% of the hand, like it went down. Then Prabhupada asked, so some of the hands were raised. Then Prabhupada asked, what about you? Then they said, yeah, they must come under disciplic succession. They have taken sannyas and they can become guru. Prabhupada said, no. Prabhupada said, someone who follows his guru as it is. These are right, but partially right. These things are right. Someone who has taken sannyas, someone who is coming under a disciplic succession, someone who is like, but one must follow his guru as it is. In this case, spiritual master Sukadeva Goswami is ready to recite exactly what he has learned from his great father Srila Vyasdev. The disciple and the disciple Maharaj Pariksit is a great devotee of the Lord Krishna. A devotee of Lord Krishna is he who believes sincerely that by becoming a devotee of the Lord, one becomes fully equipped with everything spiritual. This teaching is imparted by Lord himself in the pages of Bhagavad Gita, in which it is clearly described that Lord Krishna is everything. Lord Krishna is everything. Bhagavatam says, Vadanti tattva vidas tattvam yad jnanam avdayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaneti sabdati. So Bhagavan, what is Brahman? Brahman is the effulgence of the Lord, Brahman. So the Brahman, the like Jnana process leads to Brahman only. Jnana process leads to Brahman only. They want to merge in the Brahman. And Ashtanga Yogi process leads to Antaryama. Antaryami are the Paramatma process. They can go up to Paramatma. They can think about Paramatma. Shirodakshaya, Vishnu. But Bhagavan is the source of everything. Ete chansa kalapunsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Who is the Lord? Who is the Supreme Personality? Ete chansa, there are so many kalas and Ete chansa kalapunsa. There are so many ansas and kalas. But Krishna is the Supreme Personality God of himself. Shastra says. So that's why this Bhagavatam, it gives Krishna. Ete chansa kalapunsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Also, in Bhagavatam, there is a sloka from Brahma Vimohan Lila 10.1. 14 point, sorry, 10.14.14. Should I read that? Just a second. Narayanam tumam Narayanam tananhi sarvadehinam atma Narayanastam nahi sarvadehinam atma asi adi akhila loka sakshi Narayanam anga naravu jalayana tachapi satyam na taiva maya Narayanam akhil. Are you not? See, uh, can you show me that translation? Are you not the original Narayana, O Supreme Controller? Since you are the soul of every embodied being and the eternal witness of all created realms. Indeed, you are the soul of every embodied being and the eternal witness. Eternal witness. You just watch this. Eternal witness of all created realms. Indeed, Lord Narayana is your expansion, and he is called Narayana because he is the generating source of permeable water of the universe. He is real, not a product of your illusory Maya. This is in the Brahma Vimana Leela. When like Brahma could find everything that Krishna, the cowed boys and cows are there with Krishna himself, and in the cave also where Brahma hid. Brahma was hiding all these things, and like he kept all those by stealing uh, all those cows and the cowed boys he kept inside the cave. So he could realize that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead because he has expanded to like all these cows and the cowed boys. So he's saying, then Krishna, when Brahma surrendering unto Krishna, then Krishna says, no, I'm a coward boy. Why you are coming unto me? You are the source of Narayana. Why don't you go to the Narayana? People also, like those who are very less intelligent people, they say that Narayana is the source of everything because Narayana has got 4 hands and Krishna has got 2 hands. So Krishna is coming from Narayana. But thing is here, it is very clearly mentioned. Are you not? Are you not the original Narayana? Oh, Supreme Controller, since you are the soul of every embodied being and the eternal witness of all created realms. Indeed, O Narayana is our expansion, and he is called Narayana because he is the generating source of primeval water of the universe. He is real, not a product of your illusory Maya. He is real. But Narayana, he is like coming from Krishna only. Since you are the soul of every embodied being and the eternal witness of all created realms. He is witnessing everything. He is not doing anything. Upadeshta Anumantacha. He is sanctioning everything. But he is aloof from everything. He is not taking part. Narayana is taking part in the creation. He is aloof. He is enjoying only. He is the enjoyer. So that's why when that person came from like outside Western country, he is in that museum. He's given a chance to see all the Lord. So not deities, those are idols. By seeing all those idols, he said this Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God because he doesn't have anything to perform. He's enjoying all. So he is the Supreme Personality of God. That's why he's saying, Brahmaji is saying, what he's saying, Akhila Loka Sakshi. Narayanastum nahi sarva nahi sarvadehina atmani adi Akhila Loka Sakshi. He's Akhila Loka Sakshi. He's witnessing everything. He's witnessing. So the ete answer kalapamsa Krishna stu Bhagavan Swayam. So can you again, like Prabhuji, show me that? Okay. disciple on the authorities of Vedic wisdom. The disciple can receive such teachings not exactly intellectually, but by submission and the idea is that both the spiritual master, it's both of the spiritual master and the disciple should come under a bona fide system, disciplic succession, bona fide disciplic succession. One of our in this case, the spiritual master Sukadeva Goswami is ready to recite exactly what he has learned from his great father Srila Vyasadeva and the disciple Maharaj Pariksit is a great devotee of the Lord Krishna. Great devotee. Pariksit, what does it mean? Pariksha, to examine. You are searching Lord Krishna because Pariksit Maharaj's life is such a life. You can understand that Pariksit Maharaj in the beginning only, his birth, his death, and in the middle, everywhere Krishna is there. Birth, Krishna went inside. Krishna saved him from Brahmastra. In the mother's womb only. So that's why after coming out from the mother's womb, he was searching. He was looking for Krishna everywhere. Whom I met inside mother's womb, is this the same person? Pariksha. This word Parikshit comes from the word Pariksha. He was searching, he was looking for Krishna everywhere. So that's why, therefore, his name is Parikshit. He's a great devotee of the Lord. In between, when he was an emperor, every kingdom, wherever he would go, he would listen to Krishna's pastimes, the drama about Krishna, everything. That's what he would do every time. And his death is Bhagavatam itself. When we learn about his death pastimes, now you see what is going on like between Ukraine and Russia. It may lead to World War. Yesterday only I was seeing somewhere that people, those students who are coming from uh, Ukraine, they were mentioning that we didn't expect, though the alarm was there, like we have been mentioned, uh, uh, the government of Ukraine allotted us that there would be such kind of conditions. So in 2014, there were such kind of war between Ukraine and Russia. So Crimea was taken away from Ukraine at that point of time. So we thought it would be a normal one. But the things were worse. We were not expecting such kind of war. It may lead to World War also. So in 7 days, we may die also. Things can be worse. But how far we are like preparing, whether we are preparing for that. See, when Parikshit Maharaj came to know about that, what was the mood? Where he went? So this is the mood. He surrendered. And also, while Shukadeva Goswami was giving teachings from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Shukadeva Goswami was very young, so renowned, so elevated, so many, all from the like 3 worlds, all the saintly people, they descended and they were listening from Shukadeva Goswami. They never told Shukadeva, you stop. Let me answer this. Everyone was listening from Shukadeva Goswami, very young. Our mood is like while receiving something, we should listen it like Bhagavatam very carefully. Shrinvatang swa katha Krishna punya sravanam kirtanam hridayantascha abhadrani. Abhadra means what is not required, what is not like palatable for this spiritual knowledge, spiritual path, what is not uh, congenial for spiritual path. if it is not conducive for your spiritual path. So we should abstain from that. A devotee of Lord Krishna is he who believes sincerely that by becoming a devotee of the Lord, one becomes fully equipped with everything spiritual. This teaching is imparted by the Lord himself in the pages of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Gita, in which it is clearly described that Lord Krishna is everything, and that to surrender unto him solely and wholly makes one most perfectly pious man. In Bhagavatam 4th canto it is mentioned, Ratha tarurmula jala nisenchanena tripyanti tatskanda bhujopasaga. If you are watering the root, then all the leaves and branches of the tree will be nourished. If you are putting food in the stomach, then all the limbs will be nourished. No need to uh, uh, feed the ear and eyes and hand, legs separately. You put the food inside your mouth and chew it, and then it will go inside the stomach. When it will after that you'll get nourishment. Otherwise, so he is the supreme Lord. If we are surrendering unto Krishna's lotus feet, then all other demigods will best to their benediction. If we are going through demigods, then this is called like cheating. It goes to Krishna, but indirectly Krishna. They won't like keep anything on their own. They will also, if someone is approaching indirectly through demigods, then they will pass it on to Krishna. This is everything that surrender unto him solely and wholly makes one most perfectly pious. The unflinching faith in Lord Krishna prepares one to become a student of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Nigama kalpataru galitam phalam shukhamukad amritam dravasamyutam pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam guru rasika bhavibhavuka. Nigama kalpataru. Kalpataru means desired fruit. Nigama kalpataru. Galitam phalam. Galitam phalam means ripened fruit. This is the ripened fruit. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is ripened fruit. And what type of ripened fruit it is? We don't like how we eat a fruit by chewing. But we don't drink a fruit. Here it is saying that we should drink a fruit, drink the liquid, because there is no like piles and no what seed inside it. No seed inside it. It is like a juice. So Nigama Kalpataru Galitam Sukha Mukhad Amritam. When a parrot touches ripened fruit, then it becomes more sweet. Sukho Mukhad Amritam Draba Samyutam. Pibata Bhagavatam, pibat, drink. Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. Muhura ho rasika. Hey rasika. Muhura ho rasika vibhav. Just drink it and drink it like a drunkard. What drunkard does? When that intoxication goes away, he again drinks it. Likewise, we should read Bhagavad. Oh, every time. Muhura rasika vibhav. Oh, that's why Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nityam. Every time we should read. So, Lord Chaitanya, when he came, descended on this earth, what he used to do? He used to read Bhagavatam, listen Bhagavatam from Gadadhar Pandit every day. He heard Bhagavatam. He listened Bhagavatam every day. practically every day from Gadadhar Pandit. He, he heard Dhruva Charita and Prahlad Charita more than 100 times. More than 100 times. Can you imagine? After, like, if I'll tell you the same thing again, you won't hear. Nobody would be there. But what should be our mood and how we should listen Bhagavatam? That Mahaprabhu taught us in a very practically. He has shown us how we should render service to Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. He has shown us because Bhaktavatar, Bhakta Rupa, he has taken Bhakta Rupa. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam unto. So that's why Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, glories of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is mentioned in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam many times. Many times, so many times. So many shlokas. Yasyanubhavam akilam shmutisaram ekam adhyatmadipam atitite rishatam tamondam sansarinam karunaya Purana guhyam tvam vyasasuna upayami guru munena Yasyanubhavam akilam shmutisaram ekam. There are so many scriptures. Akhilam. But it is the head. It is being sum and substance of all the scriptures. Shruti Saram. Adhyatma Deepam. What is it? This is showing Deepam, a lamp to Adhyatma. Adhyatma Deepam Atititi Rishatam Tamondam. To this blind world, this scripture is showing the lamp. It is taking us away from ignorance to enlightenment. Adhyatma Deepam Atititi Rishatam Tamondam. Sansarinam Karunaya Purana Deepam. This secret knowledge is why descended to do the welfare of every living entity. Sansarinam. All these like human beings, those who are rutting in this material world to do their benefit for their well-being, this scripture has descended. Sansarinam Karunayaha Aha Purana Tvam Vyasa Sunu. The son of Vyasa, Tvam Vyasa Sunu. Upayami Guru Munina. He is the Guru. He is the spiritual master of so many, all the saintly people. Guru Munina. Upayami Guru Munina. So, and one more shloka, very famous shloka. Krishna Swadama Bhagate Dharma Jnana Divisaha Kalonashta Samesa Purana Kuadunatitira. After the Lord had departed to his transcendental abode, this Dharma has taken shelter of Bhagavatam. So we should take shelter of Bhagavatam. Otherwise, there is no other way. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, the professional reciter of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and the pseudo devotees whose faith is based on weak hearing are different from Sukadeva Goswami and Maharaj. Srila Vyasadeva explained Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam unto Sukadeva Goswami from very beginning to Janmadhyasya verse. What is Janmadhyasya ato admoyadi tarastasya artheshu abhikya surat tene brahma pritaya adikavayo muhyanti yat suraya. Tejo varim yatha vrinvayo atra trishargamsha dhamna swena sada nirastakutam satyam param dhimai. This is the first sloka of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. What is the last sloka? We'll tell. What is the last sloka? Last sloka is, just a second. How can I forget that? Don't show me, Prabhuji. Don't show me. Let me recall it. Nama Sankirtana Jasya Sarva Papa Pranasanam Pranamo Dukkha Samanas Tam Namami Hari Param. Nama Sankirtana Jasya Sarva Papa Pranasanam Pranamo Dukkha Samanas Tam Namami Hari Param. Nama Sankirtana Yasya Sarva Papa Pranasanam Pranamo Dukkha Samanas. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Lord Hari, the congregational chanting of whose holy names destroys all sinful reaction, and offering of obeisances unto whom relieves all material sufferings. Three things. First, his respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Lord. Second, the congregational chanting of whose holy names destroys all sinful reactions, and offering of obeisances unto whom relieves all material sufferings. So how our material sufferings will go away? By offering obeisances unto the Lord. And how the sinful reactions will go away? Congregational chanting of the holy names. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Prabhuji, can you go back to that purport? See what pseudo devotee, the professional reciter of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, and the pseudo devotees whose faith is based on the week's hearing are different from Shukdev Goswami and Maharaj. Pseudo devotee. So that's why one of our devotees says, Dhongi Guru, Kapti Chela, Dono Narak mein Thelam Thela. Dhongi Guru. Pseudo devotee and like a hypocrite spiritual master, they will, both of them goes to hell only. Srila Vyasadeva explained Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So that's why Prabhupada used to tell that there are so many like Brajavasis, they do Bhagavad Kathas for 7 days. When they get down from the Vyasasana, what they do? They they smoke bidi, ganja. Srila Vyasadeva explained Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam unto Shukadeva Goswami from the very beginning of the Janmadhyasya verse, and so Shukadeva Goswami also explained it to the king. Lord Krishna is described as Mahapurusha in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam canon. In his verse features Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this knowledge, this top secret, Krishna says, what? Sarva dharman parityeja mam ekam saranam praja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshisami masaja. So surrender unto me. I'll take away all your sins. Don't worry. He's giving assurance. Sarva dharman parityeja. Reject all this kaitava dharma. Reject all this kaitava dharma and surrender unto me. I'll take away all your sins. But when he went back to his abode after like completing all his pastimes here in Bhuma Vrindavan, then he realized in his abode that he realized that who will surrender, because practically that's why one of our acharya he says Krishna is a theoretical teacher, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a practical teacher. How to surrender unto Krishna? So that Krishna came down to this earth. How to surrender unto Krishna? He practically taught us. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us. Namos. Yuga dharma pravartamu nama sankirtana chari bhava bhakti diya rajamu bhuvana. I'll give 4 types of bhakti. Chari bhava. And all this material world will dance with me only. Yuga Yuga Dharma Pravartayam. What is Yuga Dharma? This congregational chanting of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Varun Prabhu, are you there? Hare Krishna. Ha. Prabhuji, like whether we are running out of time, like or no, we should stop here, or we can go up to 5-10 minutes more.
We can take 5-10 minutes more, no problem.
Okay.
If you're getting late, you can leave, no problem. You can later listen to the recording.
Okay. Okay. Those who are getting late. Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Definitely. So can you show that
Yes, sir.
purport again? Purport is very beautiful purport. So that's why I thought of reciting and going through the purport and elaborating this purport only, because Prabhupada has given everything in this purport. This purport is very beautiful purport. So that's what descending onto the earth bestows special favors upon the fallen souls of his age of this age of Kali. There are two verses practically suitable to offer as praise to this Mahaprabhu's speeches of Lord Krishna. Oh. Prabhuji, please go up. In other words, Purusha means the enjoyer and Mahapurusha means the supreme enjoyer. The supreme enjoyer of Godhead Sri Krishna, one who deserves to approach the Supreme Lord Krishna is called Mahapurusha. Mahapurushika. Anyone who hears Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam attentively from its bona fide reciter is sure to become a sincere devotee of the Lord who is able to award liberation. Mahapurushika. So the Lord has descended and he has made us able to become a recipient of this liberation. Ante Narayana and Atapumbi Dujasrishta Varanasrama Vibhagasa Sa Anushtitasya Punch. Atapumbi Dujasrishta Varanasrama Vibhagasa Sa Anushtitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhi Haritoshanam. Haritoshanam. If you are giving pleasure to the Lord Krishna, then that is the goal of all Duja Srishta. The Brahmins are Srishtas. They are the topmost of all the Varna ashrams. Atapumbi Duja Srishta Varanasrama Vibhagas. So Anushtitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhi Haritoshanam. So attentive, there was none so attentive as Maharaj Parikshit in the matter of hearing Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, and there was none so qualified as Sukadeva Goswami to recite the text of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So that's why, see here, in the first verse only, Sukadeva Goswami is in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. The Srotas, the hearer, they are glorified more than the Bhakta. So Parikshit Maharaj, see, in the first verse of second canto, Sukadeva Goswami is glorifying Parikshit Maharaj, glorifying his question also. Srota, the inquisitive Srota, if the hearer is inquisitive, is submissive, then the Bhakta gets inspiration from that. Otherwise, pseudo spiritual master, hypocrite spiritual master and pseudo devotee, they make mess now. They would never get to the conclusion. For them, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam I've gone like once, one of because I do fundraising for the temple also. So one of our donors once asked that please come and do some kirtan. So he has arranged Bhagavad Saptah, not from our devotees of ISKCON, from other one Mataji, very famous. I forgot the name. I forgot the name. So she came for Bhagavatam. I heard Bhagavatam from that Mataji that day because we had to, in the beginning and at the end, we had to do Kirtan. So I stayed there. But what I heard, Mataji, see, devotees were pseudo devotees and hypocrite reciter of Bhagavatam. So that's why Mataji was mentioning so many things like those which were not in Bhagavatam. Only like Gana Vajana. It was like entertainment in the name of Bhagavatam. It was uh, which is palatable for their ears, which is suitable for their ear. She was only doing that. Gana Vajana. She was only doing that. I was very amazed. And they were enjoying also. There were also like 10,000 of people gathering. That's why Prabhupada, what Prabhupada told? We don't want many stars. We want one moon. One moon. Why there are very less number of devotees in ISKCON? There are so many Babas, those who attract so many people. Why? Because to the diamond shop, very rare people goes. And to Mandi, if you'll go to Sabji Mandi, there's so much. Everyone can go and purchase vegetables. We were selling diamonds. So all the people, that's why someone Prabhupada mentioned about Sukadeva Goswami, and they can become, see, in the womb of mothers, in the womb of mother Prahlad Maharaj, he heard about the Lord. So she immediately after taking birth, Prahlad Maharaj, at the age of 5, Prahlad Maharaj, he developed love for the Lord. Dhruva Maharaj, he heard from his mother about the Lord. Though he had some sort of like inclination to material inclination, but he developed love. Love. A bona fide spiritual master. And a disciple should surrender, he should inquire, and he should. Therefore, anyone who follows the footsteps of either ideal reciter and ideal hearer, Sukadeva Goswami and Maharaj Parikshit respectively, will undoubtedly attain salvation like them. Maharaj Parikshit attained salvation by hearing only, and Sukadeva Goswami attained salvation only by reciting. Likewise, in the 10th canto, the Brahman Patnis, they heard from gopis, so they developed their so intense love, unflinching faith in Krishna. When they heard Krishna is like hungry, they broke all the boundaries. They didn't hurt to their relatives, kids. They went directly to feed Krishna. Recitation and hearing are two processes out of 9 devotional services. And by strenuously following this principle, either in all recitation and Shravanam and Kirtanam. Shravanam is the first. When we are asleep also, when we are sleeping also, then also our that sense is working. We can hear. Other senses are like not working at that point of time when we are sleeping, but our that sense is working. We can hear. So hearing is very important, very important. Attentively, who hears this from a bona fide spiritual, from a bona fide source, from a bona fide spiritual master, he attends. He definitely attends like Parikshit Maharaj did. Parikshit Maharaj is teaching us. We should take this teaching and we should learn how to hear without taking food, without sleeping, without taking food, without drinking. He heard for 7 days because he was quite sure. We are going to such kind of condition, but we are not that keen to hear from a bona fide source. So that's why we are suffering time and again. If we would be so much serious like Parikshit Maharaj, our path will be very easy. We'll get the benediction of spiritual master. He's saying it is mentioned, Gautam Muni advised Maharaj Ambarish, and he heard Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam from the beginning to end. So that sort of seriousness we should develop for Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. If we'll hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam from a bona fide source without interruption, we should not like read or hear from here and there. From the beginning, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. If we do that, then definitely we'll get the blessing, we'll get the benediction, we'll get the blessings from bona fide sources. And then we become like a recipient of Krishna's mercy. Then only we would become that devotee whose goal, every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must carefully guard against the 11 offenses. After hearing Bhagavatam, we should guard ourselves from these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success of life, which is Krishna Prema. We can quickly achieve the desired success of life if we hear from a bona fide source and abstain from anarthas, aparadhas, nam aparadh, dham aparadh, and all the aparadh, seva aparadh, all the aparadhas. If we abstain from all these things, then we can quickly achieve the desired success of life, Krishna Prema. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for a nice class, Prabhuji. किसी बात का प्रश्न है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं. You can unmute your mic or you can type in the comment box. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, मेरा प्रश्न है, even if somebody is enjoying in bhajans, like music, that too, one is involved in Krishna consciousness, isn't it?
No, whatever, Mataji, Anukulena Sankalpa Pratikulena Varjan. Which is favorable, we should accept. Which is not favorable, we should reject that. If it is not if our bona fide spiritual master, whatever they are saying, if we are enjoying songs and all these things, then we may get diverted, our mind. So that's why it is said that a devotee should be a devotee for 24 hours. We can recognize the devotee, what he does when you are even between devotees, what he is doing, it is immaterial. But when he is alone, what he is doing, that is material. When he is alone, whether he is listening to movies, watching movies, or he is studying Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita and Gita, that shows what kind of devotee is he. Is he a pseudo devotee? Is he a hypocrite? Or is he a very serious and sincere devotee? Okay?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Oh.
So we'll offer Vaishnava Pranam and conclude the session.
Vancha kalpatarvasya kripa sindhuve vacha pattanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam की जय, जगत पुरुष प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंद। हरे कृष्ण।